Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. So today in this particular video, I am going to discuss another very interesting concept related to watershed segmentation, and this particular discussion will be centered around the image pre-processing step, whatever we need to apply before directly applying watershed segmentation to an image. Okay, so let me first show you the image. So CLC, clear all, close all, warning off. So CLC is used to clear the command window. Clear all is used to clear all the previously used variables which are stored in workspace. Close all is used to close all the existing figure window which are open, and warning off is basically used to suppress any warning. Okay, right. Now here we can read the image using imread function. Okay, and then here I am taking one image which is present in MATLAB database itself. So you no need to take from external world. Okay, so just write circles.png and this image will be imported. Okay, and you can do imshow bw. So let me run this particular piece of code and show you. So this is our input image, and this one we have to segment. So you can clearly understand the first problem is in the images the different circles are kind of overlapping, closely connected with each other. So if we directly apply watershed segmentation, it is quite obvious that it will not be segmented properly. But still, let us have a try. We might not know it will work properly. In the back end, they might have handled this kind of scenario. Let us check. Okay, so maybe we can ls equal to or la equal to, I am giving random name. Okay, watershed of bw. Okay, watershed we have applied, and then here new figure window imshow. So here label to RGB we have to give label to RGB of LA. Okay, let us run this particular piece of code and let us check how the watershed segmentation works. This watershed segmentation is not at all correct. We can clearly understand from this particular label to RGB, that is when different labels are given RGB color value, we can clearly see that this is not at all a proper segmentation whatever it is showing in the figure 2. So we need to apply certain amount of data pre-processing before directly applying watershed. Okay, so I am basically removing this particular piece of code and let us concentrate on this particular image. So always remember this particular technique, that whenever you try to do watershed segmentation, make these individual segments as a basin. Okay, but currently these particular regions which should be basin, they are actually having high height. Okay, their height is more because they are white pixels, so their height will be more than the rest of the part. But actually, according to the approach of watershed segmentation, all these individual segments should be catchment basins where water will accumulate. Right, that's what I discussed in my previous videos in the intuition part of watershed segmentation. So we need to make that kind of scenario, and for that, what we generally do, we directly apply our distance transformation. Okay, so now the thing, you just try to visualize that how the distance transformation should work. After applying distance transformation, we should get such image where in these individual circles at the center point it will be deepest, and if we go from the center point towards the perimeter, it will become shallow. Okay, and eventually it will become white region outside. So that kind of thing we want. So this whole background which is currently black, that should become white. Okay, that should be having more height than these particular individual segments. And in this segment should be, the center part should be deepest part, and from center if we go towards perimeter, it should be shallow. Like that kind of form we have to generate using the image pre-processing. Okay, right? So now if you just consider directly applying distance transformation on this particular image, what will happen? It is quite clear that in distance transformation, that white pixels will be washed away, those will become black as we know, and this particular black region will be getting some intensity value. That is, those regions which are very close to these white pixels, those will be having lesser value, and if we keep on going away from this particular white circles, that time those will be having higher values. That is, if we move away from this particular white region, what will happen? That the intensity values will be more, or those parts will become brighter, right? If we directly apply distance transformation on this image, let me apply and show you that. So basically here I can do figure, and then here I am show, okay, I am show, and then here BW dist of BW, okay. So like what I told, if you see this particular distance transform image, so it is currently like this format, okay. I have to convert this back to unsigned integer 8-bit representation to get the proper visualization, okay. So if I just do this, you will see that if we are going away from these white objects, okay, it is becoming brighter. That's what the distance transformation is, right? If the distance is more for a particular black pixel from the nearest white pixel, it will be having more brighter visualization, right? Because we just replace that particular pixel by the distance. So if distance is more, the pixel intensity will be more, right? So this is what is the expected distance transformation, which is also not going to help us that much, because our ultimate intention is basically creating such image for which the center part will be deepest, and if we go from center to the boundary side, it will become lighter, okay, or it will become shallower, okay. So now if you see one more approach, that suppose we complement this particular image, okay, if we take complement and then take distance transformation, what might happen? So if we complement this particular region, white part will become black and this black part will become white. Now the center, if you consider in that complement of this particular image, the center will be having maximum distance from this particular white region in the complement image, right? So center will become maximum brightness, right? So that particular image, if we take again negative of that, then that particular center part will become deepest part. So that approach might work. Let us see. So basically what I am telling, that mk equal to, first we are taking complement. So here complement of bw, and here figure, okay, I am show mk, okay. Let me run this particular piece of code. So you will see that, okay, I think I added one more figure window unnecessarily. Yeah. So if you see this particular piece of code, then this is the complement image, right? And if we apply distance transformation on this particular image, it is quite clear the center part, as that is maximum, having maximum distance from the white background, then those will be having maximum intensity, or that will be brightest pixel, right? So let us apply that. So let us apply BW dist. So if you are applying distance transformation, make sure you are converting them to unsigned integer 8-bit representation, okay. Otherwise it will look like normal black and white image. Now let's see. Okay, so we are getting the result. If you see very closely, the center part is having maximum brightness and the background is completely dark, because here in the complement image background is actually white, right? But that is not properly visible, so I will make some contrast stretching kind of thing with this particular one, as you know, and then I will run this particular piece of code, okay. And see, now we are getting the image what is just the reverse of our requirement. Currently we are getting this background as 0 level. If we are going from background to the center part, we are getting maximum brightness. So now we can just take the negative of this image to get our requirement, okay. So 255 minus, so 255 minus unsigned integer 8-bit representation, then we are taking BW dist and then complement of BW. This particular piece of formula you can just remember for watershed segmentation many times. It might be useful for your operation, okay, to apply watershed segmentation. So now if I run the same code, our requirement is fulfilled. We have got that kind of image where background is white, that is higher height, and each individual segments are now catchment basin, because the center part is deepest, and if you are going from center part to the border part or perimeter of that circle, it is becoming shallower, okay, right? Now we can simply apply watershed on top of this. Okay, let us see. So here I will apply GS equal to watershed of my MK image, and then here in new figure window I am show label to RGB of my GS. Okay, right. So let us run this particular piece of code and let us see if segmentation is happening or not. Yep, the segmentation is not looking that much bad. So we can clearly see that this is so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 kind of regions are there. But this kind of label to RGB, instead of visualizing the segmentation like this way, what we can do, we can make those particular border lines on top of this. Okay, and if I make this particular bigger, we can see here there little bit over segmentation is happening in this particular region, that we can overcome using H-min transformation, right? So here what we can do, H minima transformation we are applying. Suppose let us take threshold as 2 and let us run this particular one and check whether over segmentation removed or not. Yep, see here now over segmentation is avoided. Right, now just what we need to do, we need to just draw this watershed ridge lines, okay, on top of our original image to show the segmentation. Okay, because using label to RGB we might not understand that visualization in that much better way. So first let me extract those ridge lines. So A B A is equal to, so as you know, in that watershed image GS, whatever label is 0, those are basically our ridge lines. Okay, AB is equal to GS equal to 0, and then here I can do IM show. My original image is stored in BW variable. So BW, basically what we can do, we can overlap these particular ridge lines on top of our original binary image. Okay, so I can use label overlay. Okay, label overlay, and then here I can pass my original image BW and the ridge lines ABS, and then maybe we can give color as yellow color using color map. Okay, so color map, and then here yellow color means red channel 1, green channel 1, blue channel 0, right? And then here maybe little bit transparency let me give to visualize the ridge lines properly. Transparency I am giving maximum. Okay, that is 0. So 0 transparency means the ridge lines will be completely coming in a clear way. Okay, and maybe I can give a new figure window. Let us run this particular piece of code. It is throwing one error. What is that? Label overlay expects single double unsigned integer. Okay, so our BW and ABS both are basically logical, so I will convert that to unsigned integer 8-bit replacement, or maybe double will be better, because here in this case logical to double, if you convert, logical maximum value is 1, for double also maximum value is 1, minimum value is 0, like that format it follows. So now let me run this particular piece of code. Okay, and see how beautifully segmentation happened. You can see that individual circles are coming in individual watershed regions. Okay, so this is the beauty or power of image pre-processing before applying watershed segmentation on the raw image. Okay, just we need to understand this particular line of code, and I hope from the requirement we have eventually developed this particular one, that particular technique is clear to you, so that you can create some kind of new image pre-processing for your own requirement. That's why I am just showing lots of example on this, so that you will be getting completely habituated with this. This is all for this video. If you find this video helpful, then please like, share and comment. Subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed till now, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of my latest videos. Thank you.